50% of the audience is about to leave.
Can you give us a fallback and then these speakers of our stuff also so we can hear each other? Because Catherine sounds like this to me right now. We'll go over here.
It's my natural speaking voice.
So we've never done one of these before. So we don't know what, I mean, and we've done panels before, obviously. We kind of don't know what to expect. We haven't got a plan, do we?
No, there's nothing. It's live and nothing does. I usually start off asking who has come the furthest.
Well, then let's
do that.
Yeah.
And it better not have been us.
Who thinks they've come the furthest? Raise their hand.
Start the bidding, someone.
Right, so we got a few bidders. So if you're coming from the United States, shut up, I didn't ask you yet.
I didn't even raise your hand.
Rude, bitch. So if you're from the United States, put your hands down.
Well, maybe not.
Some of them from a foreign country raise their hands.
All right.
Think.
We're never going to get our own chat show, John.
What?
Like this. We're never going to actually see an end like this. I've come from London. Has anyone come further from London? Oh, for God's sake! Lazy people! At the back! At the back! Where do you come from?
Where do you come from?
We're going down.
Go down.
Go down. Right. Woo! So nervous! Where do you come from? Sydney, Australia!
Put back here. Where do you come from? This guy's way back here.
Okay. Alright.
Anyone
That's what I tell you afterwards.
If you haven't come from a farm, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's from the Philippines! I don't know. There's never good in geography. Right here. Where? I've already got Sydney. Shut up and sit down.
Because my brother is a small brother. Look at it. Where are you from? Oh my God!
Where?
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm just glad to someone. Oh my God!
Resemblance is uncanny.
As you're looking at the stage, I'm the one on the left. I know that was difficult. Oh my God! I didn't even find out where the person sitting next to you was from afterwards.
Catherine, I have always wanted to hijack somebody's studio. oh my God, what are you doing? They're panicking. I'm like, this is fun. Stop panicking, people. Right? Hi, everybody. What a great way to see you all. Hi. Mine's better than yours. Hello, doctor.
Please tell me someone is not lying on the floor floundering waiting for you to
Okay.
Oh, he's still got it! Absolutely, we should really get some questions. I'm a little bit nervous about you taking your photos, mate.
Yeah.
Because you've got every all sorts of angles going on down there.
Yeah, let's expand the photos, okay?
You want to take a photo when you get up the ladder and let me look up. Like that, right? Not with this angle.
Catherine and I had another milestone last night. We sang together, didn't we?
We did? Well, you sang.
No, you were good.
I've never done karaoke before. Ever done karaoke before. And I popped my karaoke cherry with John.
Yes. And we're not going to do it here because there's no music, but there's we sang I Know Him So Well from the musical Chess, but we sang it about our love for the Doctor. So why don't we get a couple of lines going here? Is that okay for questions? We will do it a little differently. But if you get in line and maybe sit down so everybody can see behind you, and then we can go to questions. You've all been very quiet. It's almost this.
It's always the lull before the storm.
Isn't it?
And I was just looking at that gentleman there in his wheelchair and wondering if it would be appropriate for him to get out and let me have a go. I know it's not going to be as fast as it is, but it might be fun. Maybe I should sit on your lap.
You don't have to line up, sir. Just stay
No,
down
no,
here.
no, you must come.
You what?
I'm joking. So, do you want to ask the question?
You want to ask a question?
No, he's trying to get out.
Oh, he's getting out.
Trying to get as far away from his madness as possible. But, yeah, obviously, any wheelchair users.
Are you raising your hand because you want to ask a question? Are you in an area where you're not able to get up? Okay,
I
can't you
think-
get up and go in line?
Yeah. Someone sitting on the floor next to you doesn't count.
I'm kidding, sweetheart.
We're joking.
We're joking. As you look, I know.
Okay,
I hate
then
you.
look, come on, let's get this out.
Okay, so.
Where are they lining up people in another hotel? Oh, okay. So far away. Bring up what? 5 from each. 5 from each.
First 5 come up. First 5 come up. Come on up.
Come on down. Oh my God, we're in front.
You're the next contestants on Doctor Who's Price is Right. Come on up.
Come on.
No, just the first 5. Oh, for God's sake, Geeks, you know how to count.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get there, don't worry.
Right.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The
5.
first 5. Oh, I'm sorry. They're all the one. 1 from each side.
4, 5.
Get down.
And 5 that side, 5 that side. Come on. There's only. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I'm so disappointed in all of you right now. There's 5 and there's 3. What fucking schools did you go to? We need 2 more for this side, so 2 more right there. Come on. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Take your time. Where are you from?
Florida.
Florida. What's your name?
David,
David. And what is your question, David?
when are we going to see a Captain Jack and Donna show?
Put in the call.
Yeah, make it happen.
Make it happen. You guys have the power to do all that via. Yeah, but you won't scream and I tell you to do that stuff, and then none of you do it. Yeah, I don't know if a Donna, Captain Jack thing would ever. It might happen in another realm, being like the Big Finish recordings and stuff like that. Who knows? I mean, things with always continue to evolve and change, but it's highly unlikely that it would be our own show. I'd love it.
Yeah, I think it would be like, as you say, another realm, like a lost adventure kind of, so that you can contextualise it and then know when his head explodes and go, but hold on, where is this coming in the arc of the show? But it would be fun, for sure.
It would be fun, we'd have a good time.
Fun. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for your question.
Hi, Donna, what's your name?
My name is Steven.
And what is your question?
My question is for both of you, actually. If there were any franchise besides Doctor Who and Arrow for you that you want to be in, whether it's past, present, future, whatever franchise it is, from like, let's say, the 1960s to...
I already have my answer.
Go for it.
You're gonna like, because this is where she doesn't know, but I'm a huge fan of Catherine's before Doctor Who. And when I was on Doctor Who and we were told that Catherine would be the next Doctor's assistant, I kind of was like freaking out a little bit because for those of you who you all know here, Catherine had her own show, the Catherine Tate Show. Characters that were funny, hysterical, lovable, just really great. And when she came on set, I was kind of verklempt a little bit. And I didn't really know what to say to her because when you meet someone who is funny and you start talking to them, you expect them to always be funny. And she wasn't. If I had to choose a show right here, right now that I wanted to be on, I think I would want to be a character or someone on the Catherine Tate Show.
It's not going to be relevant to your question, only because I'm a bit superstitious, so I don't like to say things I want to do just because in case they don't turn up, so I apologise for that. However, to just take up from what John said, when I first arrived on set, I don't know if you remember this, I first arrived on set and it was in the makeup room. Remember Babs? Lovely Babs, the makeup artist. And I was sitting down, and I started, and of course it was John Barrowman, you know what I mean? He was excited to see me, I was excited to see him. And I didn't know until now, I guess, how excited you were to see me, because I was saying, what are these BlackBerry phones? You know, there was BlackBerry phones at the time, and I'm not very technical, and I was like, what are these BlackBerry phones? And John went, have mine! BlackBerry phone! And I'm like, okay! So thank you for your question. I'm sorry, I'm a little...
You know, I get it. Some actors and we don't talk about things that we're going to be doing coming up.
Or even want to do.
Or want to do, yeah.
I might jinx it.
Oh, that means something. You can.
Can you make it up by saying your famous Catherine Tate phrase from the Catherine Tate Show?
Oh, what you mean I am above there?
Sure, give me one. Big boy.
There's a warning when that's my name.
Yeah.
What's the love?
Supergirl, what's your name?
My name's Sophie.
Sophie, where are you from?
That's what the S is for, it's not Supergirl.
Roswell.
Where's Roswell, as in like Area 51? Oh my gosh, I thought she was a true alien. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Area 51, tell Catherine what Area 51 is. You have no idea either. You're not going to get out of here. Area 51 is where in the 50s and 60s that the government apparently put all the alien technology that they found or aliens and did tests on them and everything. It's basically torture in America. Right? What's your question, sweetie?
What was your reaction to first meeting each other?
We just said it.
Yeah. Told the story. Well, I just remember when we were the first, if I'm correct, the first filming sequence that we did together was in the TARDIS, where we were all in the TARDIS. It was Catherine, myself, it was Billy, David, no, not Liz Sladen. And so it was everybody who was a companion, who was the new companion, everybody who had been on the TARDIS. And that was my realization that we had, Russell had built the TARDIS control panel for all of us. We all had our space, and for me as a little boy who used to watch Doctor Who, at that moment I'm like, oh my God, my space has always been there! And then we played this kind of flirtation thing with Jack and Donna. Donna just wanted to hug Captain Jack.
That's right. I'll take a hug.
Yeah.
People out of the way, yeah.
And it was, I can't remember who shoved you out of the way, but somebody did.
They did.
Yeah, but that was our first kind of sequence filming together. But, we all had fun on that set, and it was great to have Catherine on board, and she brought a whole new thing to Doctor Who with Dr. Donna, and I think one of the saddest stories of a companion ever.
Genius that is Russell T Davies, because it was the bravest thing to do to a character. I think it was so brave to just wipe out that character and go, no sentimentality, she can't come back, this is the brutal truth of it, and I just loved him for that. I mean, it was sad for Donna, but I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
It was devastating for everybody else, right? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hi, darling. What's your name?
Adrian.
Adrian, and what is your question?
My question is, I'm a film student, screenwriter, stuff like that. So my question is, how different is it working on the British show versus the American show?
The only thing I can tell you really, the end result obviously varies. The process is pretty the same, except the food's much better in America. Craft services. We don't have this thing called craft services at home.
No.
We have, there's a kettle.
Yeah.
And that's genuinely it.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the first time I ever went to America, which was on The Office, I got there. And I was like, they couldn't drag me onto set. I'm like, there's too many snacks. And it blows me away, the amount, I know, I'm sort of obsessed with food and different types of things like that. I'm fussy about food, but I love loads of choice. And I counted, and this was just in the kitchen. I know this is not your film student question, is it? It's like I was hoping something a little bit more technical.
It's turned into a trip to Trader Joe's. It's turned into a trip to Trader Joe's.
Yes! Which I love, by the way. When I walked into the office, rec bit, there was a kitchen bit, a catering bit, which was completely different. There was craft services, right, in the kitchen, and this is just the bit where you go in and make a cup of tea if you want it. I counted 27 different varieties of cereal. Now that, to me, that is the God I worship. It is! Baked soup and cereal. I can't believe this. So that is my technical question about the difference.
Who's your Jesus? Kellogg's. Film-wise, and again, reiterating what Catherine said.
Well, you know more about that because you know more.
Well, no, but film crews and people who work on the set, both sides of the Atlantic work harder than the actors really do.
Always.
Because they're there longer, they're there for the duration of the filming. When we go home, they're taking stuff down. They have the hardest jobs ever, right? So that's one thing. The difference, I think, in some shows in the UK, for instance, if you write a show for the BBC, you have to have the story written, or the through line written, so you know where the beginning and the ending of the season is going to be. You can't just say, well, here's a pilot, I'm going to do this, and then make it up as you go along. Because the BBC usually only do 8 to 10 episodes, or as they're doing now here on Netflix and other SVOD platforms. So therefore, you have to have it finished. So there's not the kind of thing in America where we go into a writer's room now, and they're like, they're throwing ideas around, and the episode's shooting in 2 weeks. And you're like, can you make up your mind? Because I want to learn my lines. So that's a bit of a difference. But again, the food is so. Oh my gosh. We took some of the Torchwood cast over to Wales when we were filming in America. We took the American kids, I call them kids, over to the UK. and we were filming on Rosilly Beach in Wales, and it was about 5 in the afternoon, pissing with rain, right? We had umbrellas, no trailers, and we just wait, stop filming.
Yes, like a memory, not a memento.
Listen, what did I just say?
It's on your Wales. It's my favorite place in the world.
What was the name of the beach?
The beach.
Take a picture of that. So I'm filming on Rosilly Beach. This phone is so warm. You're a photographer? Put the camera on. So we're filming on Rosilly Beach, and I remember they came up to us and said, "Can we get some craft service?" And I went, "Bring them some craft service." And it literally was an old woman with a tray with a cup of tea and some crusty bread with chocolate. But there you go, love. And they're like, "Is this it?" I'm like, "Welcome to Wales." Now you know why my husband loves me. Ask her her question.
My question is, you better hand over your phone right now, lady.
Go. That's your question. Hi, Rachel.
I forgot everything I question. Both of you have made me laugh, and I'm sure all of us so much. Your show, the Catherine Tate show, is incredible. I laugh till I cry constantly. And John, you're just John. You guys laugh until you cry.
For me, it's, yeah, I
It's
mean,
really hard.
that's what she said.
Yeah.
There's some the show I'm watching at the moment, and I know I'm a little bit late to the party. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's Veep. I think Veep is absolutely brilliant. I love Key and Peele. Extraordinary. It's kind of a tough one.
I like watching stand-up comics.
Yeah.
I like watching stand-up comics because I like to see their kind of process of working and what they do and how they get it out. For me, I mean, some people say to me, or, you know, and I know they reference Catherine on this too, but what we do is like stand-up comedy, but it kind of isn't. What we just get up and do is tell stories or things that, and, you know, some stand-up comics do that. So for me, it's interesting to watch them. I love going back and watching old roasts of people, like I bought my mom and dad the Dean Martin roast DVD set, right? And I watched it. Now, that's another era. And some of the things they got away with you could never do now, and it's a little close to the bone, but however, I like a lot of old style kind of humor in that way, that it's very cut and dry and straightforward, where we can all sit back and laugh with each other about each other, rather than at each other, if that makes sense, right? I don't mean in a bad way, because politically correct is very good. But what I also like is, I watched her the other night, I watched Joan Rivers. And I knew her, and I just thought she was a great lady, and she literally made me wet the bed. Anyway, thanks for your question, and there's your phone. Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Nicole,
Where are you from?
Monroe, Louisiana.
Very nice, I've never been there.
It's my favorite place.
Not to be modeling.
Oh, Jesus.
To be what?
Not to be maudlin, it's going to be a sad question
She
then.
said not to be modern. I was like,
To get what is going to be your final word, what you want your final word to be, or your death.
I don't want to predict that.
I don't know, your final word's going to be, I'm not done. Oh God, I've got another song coming on. And I haven't shown you my arms yet.
Happen to be Bobbin, fuck off. I don't know, it's just, I've never really thought of that. I think that there's going to be a long, I always look at, my life is a journey, and I'm, you know, I like to think I'm halfway there when Scott and I talk about age, we're beyond halfway right now. I don't know, I've never thought about that, and honestly, I don't want to think about that. So thank you for your question. What would be on yours? Yeah, bye. Thank you, sweet.
Sorry, hold on a minute. What is going on there? Oh, your picture. Like about 2,000 new screensavers.
You're showing my picture. Hallelujah. I thought somebody fainted.
I thought there was a heart attack happened, yeah.
It's only a penis.
It's so much more though, John. It's a singing penis. Sorry, guys.
So my 5-year-old has been serenading us with I can't do it, we can't do it. Where did that come up from?
Say that again.
The song that you did with Tenet, we can't do it, we have to do it, we can't do it. Where did that come
I think that's just probably something that is referenced that when Russell's writing.
No.
Or did you ad-lib it?
No, what do you mean? Can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, the video we did. That's the pastiche of a Victoria Wood song.
Yes.
Called The Ballad of Barry and Frida. If you've never seen it, but you have seen our Doctor Who take on it, I urge you to look up Victoria Wood, who was the most brilliant comedian and one of my heroines, and she sadly died a few years ago. And that was a song of hers. It was an original song called I Can't Do It. And it was Jenny who rewrote the lyrics.
Yes.
It was Jenny Farber, and she brilliantly rewrote the lyrics in the style of Victoria Wood. And that is how that came about. Yeah.
And that was on Julian Russell's
It was
leaving
Julian
party.
Russell's leaving party. David and I played Julian Russell, yeah.
Yeah, and I played the piano.
Don't show to photos. So I didn't, you did. And he sings it.
He goes around the house going, I can't do it, you have to do it, can't do it. It's adorable.
So cute. But yeah, no, that is an original song. That is an original song, yeah.
Do you know that was never meant to be, our version was never meant to go online?
I know. I don't know.
Never meant to go online.
No.
One day, literally, I can't remember, I think I was in London somewhere, and somebody sent me a text that said, when did you do this? And I looked and I'm like, that was not meant to be released. Because we never got paid for it, did we? No, it was done out of love, but it's good. If you haven't seen it, it's very funny. Have you seen the Ballad of Russell and Julie? 4 people, thank you.
Yeah, but no, it's an original song by Victoria Wood. Yeah, thank you for your question.
What's your name?
I'm Jenny.
Jenny, what's your question?
My question is actually for So when we were first introduced to Donna, it is after like this horribly devastating scene, Bethels Bay. Everybody's crying. I imagine everybody was crying because I was ugly crying. And then we get to Donna, and it's such a moment of levity. Like you just start laughing. Did you know how sad of a scene you were going to be following? And was there any pressure to be as funny as possible to break that up?
Well, happily, Russell didn't make being a Doctor Who fan or having known anything about Doctor Who or a requirement of joining the show. Because I full disclosure about this. I always say, it wasn't my thing. I didn't watch it as a kid. I was aware that it had come back. I was a massive fan of David, knew Ross's work, so I was delighted to be part of the show. I had no idea. I mean, till the day we left filming, I had no idea what was going on. I was used to turn up and go, what's happening now? And they go, oh, it's aliens again. All right, I'll run then. So I had no idea what was coming before. There was no pressure at all. And I think that's the better way, because I was thinking, the character has no idea what's coming behind or what's coming up. So it's good for the actor to do that. What definitely did happen on that day, though, that was apparently me coming in as being the runaway bride was the only secret Doctor Who team ever kept, because everything else got leaked. And it was because the security was so massive. And we filmed that tiny little sequence, because I'm sure you do remember, but the end of one episode became the beginning of the new season. And we filmed the bit where I just turn up on the TARDIS. So we did that twice. I did it once in March and once when we started the new season. But when I was doing it in March, they wanted to keep it an absolute secret, just launch it onto the public that suddenly this new person's arriving thing. Well, to do that, they gave me an alias name. Everything was like, you can't tell anyone, we're smuggled. I mean, they smuggled me in, and they smuggled me into this hotel in Swansea, right? And I was like, I'm not telling anyone. Yeah, it's awful. I'm joking. And this hotel in Swansea, and I was like, oh my god. And they're like, everything always leaks, and we mustn't let the story leak. And I was like, I'm nearly shitting myself. I'm thinking, oh my god, what if it's going to be me that leaks it? Anyway, so I get there, and I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone. And I get there, and the receptionist, genuinely at the Holiday Inn, she goes, oh hello, it's so nice that you're here. Like, she recognised me. And I went, And she went, I've got a room. And I was checked under. Do you remember Tracy? What was the line?
Tracy. I want to say Bennett Simpson. No, Bennett. I think.
No, Tracy Bennett's an actor.
Yes, that's right.
She played
Judy Garland. Yes.
No, I think it's Tracy Simpson.
You're talking about Welsh girl, dark hair, makeup.
And I was checked in under her name, right? But I couldn't remember her name. As I can't now, right? So I'm at the reception, they go, are you staying with us? And I was like, And I went, I can't remember the name that I'm checking in under. And she went, would it be Catherine Tate? And I'm like, no. Why? No, it wouldn't. No, it's Tracy. Then! Anyway, we still managed to keep it a secret, but I just remember her looking at me going, she can't even remember her name.
We have that Catherine Tate to say she's a lot crazy one.
I didn't know what scene I was going into, but I do remember, checking into the hotel and being really scared anyone was going to recognise me, and they did. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, sweet. Yes.
Hi, my name is Jill. I'm on the land in Georgia Beach.
Hi.
Lovely.
I just have 2 requests. One's a
Just the 2.
One is I am 21 weeks pregnant with my miracle baby for my first time. Can you rub my belly for good luck?
I guess it is. Captain Jack. Yeah, it's a boy.
My next question is, as actors, I know you guys do a lot on set. What are your funniest moments on the Doctor Who set?
I better leave now.
Well, they all involve John's arse. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever seen it. You guys get it out. Go.
No, I won't. I'd kind of like to do it as a surprise.
You stood on a chair in the booth yesterday and got it out.
Yes. Yeah, because Tom Welling was firing Nerf balls and I was trying to catch him in my cheeks. Thank you. Superman fired his balls at me. I'm going to catch him in my ass.
Surprisingly, I was the one who was better at it.
She bought 2 there, turned around, 2 in the back, 2 in the mouth. Oh, we're done. probably already heard with David and myself were about running. And have you heard that one? No? Well, yes, a lot of people have. But on Torchwood, we had, because we kind of cross-pollinated Torchwood and Doctor Who and did a lot of stuff like that. And I was a prankster, get the job done, but also have a good time doing it. And one of the ones that I just remember in the makeup, it was a makeup trailer story with Eve Miles, and Eve used to come in an hour before me because girls sometimes take a little longer than the boys doing the hair and makeup because they just have to go through so much with life. They put, pieces and curlers.
Shut up.
Anyway, so Eve had these huge curlers in her hair, right? Big, huge curlers. And I came into the trailer and I didn't tell her I was in the trailer yet, and I snuck up because I let one of the ADs get in first because you can feel the movement and I'm getting in. And she's on her phone and she's doing stuff, or she's reading the script, what's happening today, and I just zipped my pants and I walked up and I put it right through her roller. Blink an eye. She literally, without a beat missing, she turned and went, "Morning, Ginny." She went, "Morning, Ginny, how are we?" And I went, "I'm fine." She went, "I'll have 2 Cokes and a Domino's pizza, please." And she was talking on the phone with it. And what did she do? She took a picture, snapped it. She is on my phone when she calls me. It's that picture of her with my Louis through her roller. The kind of things that I used to get up to, and I used to do scenes where I would be standing, they would be filming, the camera would be on them, and I would walk away and I would pull my pants down and show them, and they're like, "His arse is out again." Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, I love them. I genuinely love the
Oods, you're so small-minded. Yes, but you're vast.
You know what? This is genuinely true, right? Turn around and let people see you. The ood, do you know what? I genuinely love the ood because I think they're so soulful, and I'm going to start touching you. And hashtag me too, I'm not supposed to.
Right.
Oods are exempt.
Oods are exempt after the penis story through the roller.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Because you know what, the ood, genuinely, you remind me of my camera. My camera, Ginger the cat.
I think I'm going to leave it.
I know! Oh, I know!
Do you have a question, Ood?
Come here.
Yes, of course. My question is very simple. Of all the emotions you have to convey, the various different shows that you have done, which would you say is your motive then most difficult to convey in a show?
Mine is if I have to play someone nice. I find that a challenge. Cheerful people. That's why all my characters are. I'm above it.
I thought I would find being mean hard, but I actually find it quite easy.
Great, I love it. Exactly.
Yeah,
it's the cheerful ones that are difficult to convey.
Or funny ones. When you have to be funny, because if you think you're funny, you're generally probably not, right? So you just have to be rather than think. Does that make sense? It wasn't funny, so there we go. Yeah, I'd say comedy's hard to play. Thank you. Have a very pleasant day yourself, Mr. Speaking of food.
Oh, he's doing that because I say I don't remember wearing hats.
No, that's his rendition of the nude, yeah.
Well, that was a different episode.
Come on over, 5 this side, don't be
Here we
shy.
go, guys. We've
5
got
this
Doctor.
side.
Hello, my love.
Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you guys can count, I love you. Spread it all out. Hi. What's your question? Sorry, I'm gonna look at your shirt. Oh, I love it. Who doesn't love Supernatural?
If I came up here, I would tell Catherine that Donna was #goals.
I've not heard that one before.
The question was for both of you, actually.
Don't be nervous at all. Just don't pee.
Anyway, question is for both of you. Is David Tennant a good kisser?
What are you looking for?
She asked you.
She asked both of us.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I
You
know?
kissed David.
Yes!
Is it in Doctor Who?
No! Didn't you know?
Oh, right.
No.
That must have been before me, because he'd have
No.
never gone on to you after me.
It was a Comic-Con in San Diego, I think, and we were doing a Doctor Who panel. One of the very first ones we ever did, and Russell came on, and everybody who walked on for some reason just kissed Captain Jack. Russell came on, gave me a big smackaroo. I can't remember who else it was, because after that I was like, well, basically I'm going to be mouth obsessed with everybody. And then David was the last one to come on, because I think I was introducing everybody from the panel. And David came on, he just walked right up to me, and he full-on snogged me. And after he saw me, I collapsed.
Yeah,
He's a good kisser. Yes, George is lucky.
absolutely.
Anyway.
In Much Ado About Nothing, we did it every night. Yeah. And on stage as well.
Sorry, that was a little bit joke there. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for your question.
That was very, oh my god. Oh, never mind, I'm not going to tell her.
Mr. President.
My question is for both of you. You already talked a little bit about working in, across both sides of the pond. How about any stories about the difficulties or differences in living here versus living over there? Did you have a culture shock when you moved over here? Or stories therein?
Well, here's my defining one, right? When I first came to LA, and I'm so excited about being there, right? It's a tiny little difference, right? It's a tiny little difference in words, right? In England, here, right? There's a room called the restroom, right? Or the bathroom, right? That doesn't exist at home. I mean, not a restroom. That's like a room that I would be expecting a bed and some, music or something. And the bathroom is where you go and have a shower, right? So I was only used to asking, we call them the ladies' toilet, right? And I was in the hotel, and I said, I went up to the reception, and I said, oh, hi, could you tell me where the ladies are? And this is absolutely true. And I remember the hotel, it was the Standard Hotel, Sunset Boulevard. And she said, which ones? Right? And I said, just the nearest ones. Right? So generally, she points to a group of women and says, well, I guess they're there. And then I said, and I looked around and I went, no, I'm sorry, I want to go to the ladies. She's like, no one's stopping you. So, for me, it's the difference between, and there was one more also, because I sometimes get words confused. When you travel, do you know a thing that if you're an international traveller, you can get a thing called global entry? Global entry is a thing that you can just not cut through, but you've been vetted and you can go through immigration quicker. And I always have this habit, I keep calling it global warming. And I got to Chicago, and you can go out a different exit if you've got global entry, which is an oxymoron, but anyway. And when I arrived in Chicago, I got to the airport, landed, and I went up to one of the security people and I said, "Oh, hi, can you tell me where global warming is?" And she said, "I guess it's everywhere."
Mine is nothing in comparison. My big one was because over here we say a word for a thing you wear around your waist, which is a fanny pack.
Oh, yeah.
And a fanny is something very different in the UK. A fanny is a front bottom in the UK, and a fanny here is that, right? So you can't go into. I did make a mistake because I spent a lot of when I was going back and forth. I spent more time over here than I had done in the UK, so I went back and I went into Marks and Spencer's and said to a woman, "Do you sell fanny packs?" And she went, "Excuse me, dear." Because in some places in the UK I speak with my Scottish accent just because I do, right? But so she was looking at me like, "Are you serious?" Because I was speaking Scottish. "Are you serious?" So then I put the American accent on. I went, "No, I need a fanny pack." Like, fanny packs. Went, "Oh, Americans." Yes. Thank you for your question. Yes.
Hi, my name is Anna. I actually talked to Catherine the other day, so I'll ask just you this question. When was the last time you were starstruck?
The last time I was starstruck, that's difficult off the top of my head because I usually don't get starstruck. However, there have been the occasions, and the one that comes to mind was, you've heard when I met George Lucas. I literally walked up to George Lucas at a party. I was with Natalie Cole, and Natalie Cole said to me before she passed away, she said, "Go up and talk to him," because she knew I was a Star Wars fan. I went, I can't. And I was doing a thing in Cannes Film Festival. She said, "Go up and talk to him, you'll never regret it." So I walked up to him and I went in a tuxedo looking really sharp, and I went up there and I went, "Mr. Lucas, are we going to see your film?" And I walked back and Nellie went, "How'd it go?" I went, "Awful." So I get back over there, walk back over to him to make up for it. He went, "Stop." And I said, "What?" He said, "It happens all the time." Yeah. Thank you.
It's been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie. This way, sweetheart. This way. Now I know we have less than 10 minutes left.
Okay, so they're going to have to be quick questions.
Quick fire, yeah.
Quick fire.
Okay. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello.
No. There we go.
It's more of a request from the both of you. Today is my girlfriend's birthday.
Happy birthday. What's her name?
Her name is Melissa, and it's funny that you mentioned singing earlier, so could you both sing her happy birthday, possibly?
Could if we get some help.
Yeah.
Melissa, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melissa. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, God.
I listened to Donna talk the other day, and you were talking about that you actually like cookbooks. Like
Yes. You did?
Like the cookbooks that I don't know how to cook.
Yeah, no, neither do I. It is such a waste of time. Well, they're really interesting. I have much admiration for people who do this thing called cooking 3 times a day.
I felt that was really appropriate, and I will give you this. I'm going to meet you later, because I'm getting a photo shoot, but they told me I couldn't give it to you now. But I'll give it to you now.
I did it.
Did I need gifts?
But my question has to do with awkward gifts.
Awkward?
What is the most awkward or unusual gifts that you've been given by fans? Is it
No, it's not. To me, because I don't maybe you've seen one of my plans before, because I'm really strange about food. because I don't like anything that's got ingredients in it. Really, I'm a little bit phobic about like things that you mix up and so it's a little bit awkward for me when people make me stuff and I have to go, thank you very much, put it with it. So it's a little bit awkward because I don't like things that, like mixing up cake stuff. I don't like that.
Have you gone to therapy?
Yes. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like, when you've got an apple, you know what it is. But what you don't know what is? Sauce. Sauce. Stop being mixed up and then left. So no, I don't like that.
It's cream!
No, I don't know it's not cream. This is the crazy thing. Do you know Dawn French, right?
Yes!
Yeah, Dawn French is a brilliant comedian at home, and I had the great, Dawn French. I had the great pleasure of working with Dawn French when I was pregnant. And I don't know if it definitely wasn't because I was pregnant. And she knew that I've got this phobia about cream. I don't like cream, except I love ice cream. I know it's crazy. I don't like cream. She said, I'll give you, actually, I'll give you 100, because she loves cream, clotted cream. She said, I'll give you £100 right now if you eat that cream. I'll give it to you right now if you wouldn't eat it. No. Cream is not for me. And yet I love milk. Sorry. We're going way too much into the rabbit hole of my psyche, but thank you.
Weird gifts. I'm just gonna say marital aids. Yeah,
Marital eggs?
Yes.
You said marigold eggs. Okay. Which could indeed be a marital
Yes, it
egg.
could. Thank you very much.
Go on, do it. There you go.
Thank you. That's okay, don't worry. I don't know where you've been either, doctor, so get on with it. Yes.
So we just had the weird fan gifts question, and I am up here to ask you if you would like to share a couple of the best or most entertaining fan interactions you've had.
I just love, that it's hard to be specific because the one thing that Catherine and I have talked about this when we go to dinner, when we do things, the fact of the matter is we love talking to people. We love standing out in front of the table. This for us is icing on the cake. We are blessed with what we do. It's a great deal of fun to meet you guys, and that's why, I got Catherine involved in all this because I said, you're going to have a good time doing it, and it is. It's enjoyable, it's rewarding, and what you make us do is go away and think, and also make us realize again how lucky we are.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank
I would
you.
just like to say, I'm going to have to borrow one of my best fan meeting moments. Mr. Eric down there, who's Eric? I don't know how he identifies, but my Dr. Donna Eric over there, you topped it for me.
It's not about food. Well, unless you really want it to be about food, I can be persuaded that that's good.
Well, we have about 5 minutes, so hurry up and answer.
Well, is there any, does the BBC ever use academics for
for any of the
for space?
Yes.
And travel and all of that?
Absolutely. One of the things that we did do, now this is just a little reference, we did a story about CERN, the Great Hadron Collider at Alice, right, in Switzerland, and I actually went to visit there to learn about it. And I was taken down into the Hadron Collider where they were doing the explosion, and we then wrote a script and had a script done for Torchwood where it was one of the audio books, but it was where another universe was created down there when the explosion happened. So yes, they do consult stuff, and also I know Russell did a lot of research with Jodrell Bank in the UK for a lot of the scientific stuff. So yes. And I know Stephen Hawking, bless his soul, was a big fan of Dr. Who and all that kind of stuff. So there was all that interaction and with the writers and the producers. So yeah, so the BBC didn't employ them, but I know the writers went to them. Thank you. Your face just went and looked like this.
Yeah.
Cream.
I'm Lauren.
Hi Lauren, which question?
I was just wondering if you had any acting advice for acting as someone of the opposite gender.
You mean me for you, or you for you? Or anyone who's gender fluid?
Do you mean if you're portraying someone of the opposite gender? Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm stupid. I had no clue what that question was.
And you made it so much more complicated, John. I mean, we're getting into subjects.
I've played someone of the opposite gender, and I've played someone who likes both genders. I just think that you have to just be yourself playing those characters and put a little bit of your own truth and emotion into it, and that will make that character likable and lovable. And it seems to have worked. So yeah, just be you as that person.
And get yourself a good prosthetic.
Yeah. Thank you, sweet.
Yourself a good wig.
Thank you.
Hello.
I'll keep it quick. What's your favorite kind of cake?
She hates cake.
Have we met? What did I just say? I don't like ingredients, but I like I do like ice cream cake. I love ice cream cake. I love it.
Red velvet carrot cake, lime, lemon meringue, chocolate cake, fudge cake, pudding cake, any kind of cake. I love cake.
Come on, my sis, you're the last one. Who's this?
Hello, I'm the doctor.
Hello, Doctor. Nice to see you.
This is an exit.
Hi.
This is an exit.
Thank you. Oh, she's
Give me the call.
giving the cold shoulder. What's your question?
I was wondering if you guys have ever considered acting with puppets.
Well, I worked with her.
And by that he means he's put his hand up my arse. Thank you very much for being here all week.
Yeah, there you go. No, I've done that. I worked with Kermit the Frog before at Miss Piggy when I hosted Live and Kicking and things like that. Yeah. Don't, sorry. I have. I worked with Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy when I hosted Kids TV when I first started in television back in the UK, a show called Live and Kicking, and then I did the movie again. They used to come on. So I have worked with puppets before. They're the most unpredictable motherfuckers you've ever met. Especially Miss Piggy. And Mr. Blobby. You remember Mr. Blobby? He's a big, like, blancmange character, kind of puppet uniform thing in England, and I was on my first show, and the guy who was in it, he said, "You ready for this? Because Mr. Blobby just likes attacking people," and I'm like, "Get away from me." And it was Christmas, and I went, "Hey everybody, welcome to Live Kicking, it's Christmas, and we've got Mr. Blobby," and Mr. Blobby fucking dove me right into the Christmas tree and tipped it over, and I'm lying on the ground trying to host a live TV show. I'm like, "Get off of me!" And he's going, "Blobby, Blobby, 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 Blobby."
Thank you so much.
Thank you